Obamacare stays, and President Trump is ready to move on.
Yeah, tonight Capitol Hill is buzzing after that stunning decision by both the president and the House Speaker to cancel a vote on the GOP legislation.
KCAL 9 political reporter Bryan joins us now with word that the math just didn't add up, Dave.
That's for sure. I can assure you one other thing. This is not the way President Trump visualized his first congressional contest. I guarantee you that. This was supposed to be the day that President Trump's Republican health care replacement plan was passed by Congress, a smashing victory for the ultimate deal maker. But instead, it was a day of embarrassment and defeat for the president and congressional Republicans when the bill was withdrawn in a last-minute face-saving exercise.
I've been saying for the last year and a half that the best thing we can do, politically speaking, is let Obamacare explode.
Saying "I told you so" and putting the best light on what happens next, President Trump greeted his crushing defeat on health care with a mixture of finger-pointing and patience, blaming the Democrats for uniting in a way that his party was not even close to doing on this issue.
I think the losers are Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer, because now they own Obamacare. They own it. With no Democrat support, we couldn't quite get there.
Democratic Senate Leader Chuck Schumer said instead of blaming the Democrats for his defeat, the president needs to look in the mirror.
The bottom line is President Trump proved to be incompetent. There was no art of a deal here. So there's a lot of blame all on the Republican side to go around.
The fact of the matter is no one expected Democrats to vote for a Republican plan to dismantle former President Barack Obama's signature achievement. And since Republicans control the White House and both houses of Congress, it looked like an easy win for President Trump.
Obamacare's collapsing, premiums are skyrocketing, providers are fleeing. This may well be our last off-ramp on this road to ruin.
The Democrats got their turn to trash the bill.
Insurance you'll get with the amendments made will be as worthless as a degree from Trump University.
But in the final hours, it was Republican rebels, many from the Freedom Caucus, who rejected President Trump's overtures and were ready to vote down the GOP health care replacement bill before it was pulled back to avoid the embarrassment of the whole world watching.
I am not going to vote for this bill because I believe it's bad for America. It's one of the worst bills I've ever seen.
I will not sugarcoat this. This is a disappointing day for us.
House Speaker Paul Ryan, who was the quarterback on this issue in the House, was bitterly disappointed.
Obamacare is the law of the land. It's going to remain the law of the land until it's replaced. We're going to be living with Obamacare for the foreseeable future.
President Trump made repealing and replacing Obamacare a centerpiece of his campaign for president, like this 2 weeks before the election.
My first day in office, I'm going to ask Congress to put a bill on my desk getting rid of this disastrous law.
This was his response on Friday.
You've all heard my speeches. I never said repeal it and replace it within 64 days.
Looking ahead, the president was asked if it's fair to now let Obamacare explode, which could result in great suffering for many Americans.
What's going to happen? There's not much you can do about it. Bad things are going to happen to Obamacare. There's not much you can do to help it. It's imploding and soon will explode. And it's not going to be pretty. So the Democrats don't want to see that. So they're going to reach out when they're ready. And whenever they're ready, we're ready.
And for Republicans in Congress who have spent 7 years trying to get rid of Obamacare, it looks like the issue is dead for this year.
Never say never. Don't know if it will be permanently, but I think for the time being, sure sounds that way.
Now the Trump administration will try to quickly change the subject to tax reform and funding for the border wall. For that matter, anything other than health care. And you can be sure that's going to start pretty quick, right?
Now, we are still inside of 100 days in this new administration. So how damaging is this, not passing their form of health care?
Yeah, short run, long run. I mean, there's no way to minimize this. Repeal and replace was the battle cry at the Trump campaign rallies for an entire year, second only to build the wall. And to get shot down like this by members of the president's own party on his first high-profile legislative issue is in some respects sort of like the perfect storm. It diminishes the stature of the president in Congress. It makes his priorities look vulnerable. And the fear factor on Capitol Hill that we must go along with the president is severely wounded. My guess is, as I mentioned, the administration will move quickly, perhaps early next week, to change the subject. And one thing working in the president's favor here is there is so much drama and so many issues flying around at any given time that the memory of this loss may be shorter than you would otherwise expect. Lena, back to you.